We are back. We were talking about uh Florida losing to Utah. We were talking about Arkansas State getting beat by Oklahoma 73-0. Oregon won 81-7, where the mascot did 576 push-ups.
Awesome prayers.
Arkansas State's coach definitely cried.
Fire Billy Napier. Fire Billy Napier. Fire Billy Napier.
Another team that you. So what do you think about Tennessee? Tennessee beat Virginia, I think like 42-13 or something like that. Right? It was such a mismatch at that point.
Don't trust.
He drugged. This is the mismatch. You see that?
This is what you want to see from offensive line coach. You want to see your man planting the man damn near in the tunnel. But also, I don't trust Tennessee. Tennessee will not end up as one of the top 3 teams in the SEC. I know y'all love Joe Milton.
Top 3?
I think that it's real.
You don't think they'll be top 3?
Not gonna be top 3. No.
Who's your top 3? Who's your top 3 SEC right now?
Georgia, Bama, and then somebody else. I don't know the answer yet. Let the season play.
You don't think Tennessee could be somebody else?
Hell no. When the expectation will arise, Tennessee will fail. It's what it is. Tennessee.
You got Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida. Who's your second team? Who's your second place team in the SEC East?
YTD, yet to be determined. But I'm gonna tell you right now.
Boy, this sound like hate.
It's not. I just know that ever since Phil Fulmer left, Tennessee has never been the same, and they won't be. Nothing was the same, like Drake said.
They lost 2 games last year. They were better than y'all.
Who's our coach? All right. Yeah, but no. Can we get to Andy Reid and the janitor? Because this is actually very interesting.
Sure. Why not? We can leave Utah. Y'all left Utah. You know what I mean?
We could have. Hey, no, leave Billy in Utah. Let him be their next best coach. Okay.
Andy Reid once used to play drawn up by janitor and scored a touchdown. Andy Reid has been known, so it's come out. I think they had Hard Knocks, right? Didn't they have Hard Knocks Kansas City? Or they had. What did they have? No, the Amazon Prime. It was the Amazon Prime, the quarterbacks, where they did Patrick Mahomes, Mariota, and Kirk Cousins. It was terrible, mid, and greatest. And Patrick Mahomes revealed that Andy Reid lets them draw up a play every week. And now it's come out that Andy Reid once used a play drawn up by a janitor just to see if it worked and scored a touchdown. Why not? I like
the fact that number one, like I guess the janitorial services, these people have been cleaning that stadium.
That's definitely targeting.
40 years.
That's targeting.
I hate that call. That's a really trash football call. Cause he drops, but look at where the kid is. He can't stop right there. I'm like, oh, don't touch him.
No, it's that he aimed with his head. He led with the crown of the helmet. We're talking about Duke versus Clemson. This is a live reaction as well as a podcast, and it's definitely
unrealistic. You can't slide right there. And what is that kid supposed to do?
Dive over. You can do it. You cannot lead with the crown of your helmet.
Whatever it is. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that Duke is going to win this game. But yes, Andy Reid did use the play. I will be clear about this. It's not the janitor himself. It's the guy who runs the janitorial service. He's been there for 40 some odd years, and they did run the play and they did score. I like that Andy Reid is open to. I mean, first of all, he looked at the play. He says, "Oh, you know what? This ain't bad."
Why not? I got Patrick Mahomes. You know how much easier it is to be able to do that when you have Patrick Mahomes as quarterback?
Yes. Yes. Uniquely, I do. But yes. So I do like the Andy. Like, it's so much better as a person who likes offense a lot to have an offensive-minded person who's willing to at least try things. Because as long as that person is willing to try things, you believe, hey man, whatever I come with, he'll.
Hold on. How did Duke get the ball?
Thoughts and prayers.
They
care. I
just
wanna
called
see Denver
targeting.
lose.
They just had a whole 20-minute targeting thing.
Don't care. But with that said, I like an offensive coordinator is willing to try things, including the whole spinorama thing, which I saw somebody else try this weekend and work. And I think that Andy Reid is going to be wildly successful. Yeah, if you got a good play, I don't care who calls it.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah. Hey, man, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Speaking of do what you got to do, this man right here, Doug Peterson, head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, cut his own son today. His son is a fullback for what was the Jaguars 53-man roster. Now Doug Peterson has cut his own son, which is the opposite of the NBA. When I tell y'all the NBA and NFL are polar opposites, it is opposite. Giannis Antetokounmpo has had his brother sign, but all of his team, all of his family is signed to Milwaukee in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because you want me to be here, right? You got a couple options. Either you do what I say or you can go home. Now, the update is Josh is signed to the practice squad for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, you know how your mom's like, hey, you need to put him on the team somewhere. So he is there. He just did not make the 53-man roster. He will get a check. He will be a practice squad player for the season, I assume. But, hey, we got to win games here. Trevor Lawrence has got to do something here. So it's of the most importance.
Top 10 picks of the 2021 draft. The 49ers selected Trey Lance, number 3. As y'all have known, big news, Trey Lance has been traded to the Dallas Cowboys from the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know of a more covered trade between the 49ers and Cowboys other than Dion when he went from the 49ers to the Cowboys. Only thing is just lacking the talent. Like, how do you feel about, what does this say about Dak and his standing with the Cowboys, or what does this say about Trey and everybody's thoughts on the league?
None of this says anything to me. This says to me, I guess let's look at the picks first. Kyle Pitts, Pro Bowler. Jamar Chase, Pro Bowler. Jalen Waddle, not a Pro Bowler, with a vital part of the Miami Dolphins. Penei Sewell, Pro Bowler, probably lifetime Lion. Let's be real. J.C. Horn, not a Pro Bowler, but very important part of their team. Patrick Surtain, who we believe to be just right there at the same level. Michael Parsons
might be the best corner in that draft.
Correct. Devontae Smith, who's not a Pro Bowler, but him and A.J. Brown look monstrous. Justin Fields, starting quarterback for the Bears and probably their future. And then Rashawn Slater, also Pro Bowler. I think that this is a PR move more than anything. And honestly, if you really break this, if you really look at the crux of this move, it's only a move for this season. Because I don't think that Brock Purdy is good enough to be the future of the quarterback position for the San Francisco 49ers. Harsh reality. But you can't have Brock Purdy and Scam Darnold and Trey Lance on the team at the same time.
Man, if Trey Lance is, first off, any other coach or front office personnel person would be fired for trading 4 first-round picks and players for Trey Lance. Would be fired. Whether or not you went to the NFC Championship game or not, you would be fired. He did
too many other things right.
But Shanahan has done, they have the one of, if not the second best defense in the league. But
that's John Lynch. Saw John Lynch too.
When you pass on, I feel like Justin Fields would be, so everybody on this list you pass on, you're kind of okay with that. You already got George Kittle, you got Deebo Samuel, you got Christian McCaffrey, you have
no.
Hold on. Wait, let me finish. You have players that, whether or not you think one is 1 or 2, you have a top 5 player in those positions. You have a good defense. You know what I mean? You have decent second and third receivers. What you don't have is a quarterback. And out of all of these players on this list, to pass on Justin Fields and give up so many picks to get Trey Lance, and then have to go with a 7th-round pick who tore his elbow, and still Trey Lance couldn't get it. Justin Fields in a Kyle Shanahan offense, from what just we've seen, makes them, they're a top 3 team in the NFC now. But with Justin Fields, they gotta be 1-2.
I see what you're saying about Justin Fields, but I think with any of these other players, they're world beaters.
They already world beaters.
You're right. You got Kittle, but Kittle and Pitts is dangerous. Jamar Chase and Debo, dangerous. Jalen Waddle and Debo, dangerous. Penei Sewell is going to be a Detroit Lion for the rest of his career because he's that good. J.C. Horn, maybe, but still, he's an excellent complement to Debo. Patrick Surtain, we believe to be the best corner in that draft. It might be arguably the best corner in the NFL right now, next to like Sauce. Devontae Smith and Debo, scary. Michael Parsons at the edge. To me, every pick that you did not pick is wrong because they all take your team to like that very next level.
It's wrong because they traded so many picks for Trey Lance. You can't trade 4 picks. 4? And then you trade him to the Cowboys, who the Cowboys use one of them picks to get Mike Parsons. Like 4? Like
the other part is I don't think that Trey Lance is a bad quarterback.
Oh, interception, Duke.
Yeah. Let's go. I don't think that Trey Lance is that bad. I think that like we talked about last season, this is a PR move. You can't keep Trey Lance and Scam Darnold and Brock Purdy around. But I don't think that Brock Purdy is your answer for the future. I feel like in the next 2 years, they're going to be looking for another quarterback. And Dallas is like, yeah, I'll take a decent back. I'll take a top 4 pick for a 4th rounder. Yeah, just as an insurance policy. They're going to rehab him and then sell him. And you sell him for a 2nd round pick for a team that needs a quarterback.
Speaking of teams that need a quarterback, let me ask you a question. So the Patriots only have one quarterback on their roster in Mac Jones. Malik Cunningham, quietly as kept, was the best quarterback for the preseason for the Patriots. And then, of course, they had Bailey Zapp, who they were calling to be started over Mac Jones. They went from having Tom Brady to having a whole lot of nothing. Would you start? I don't know if I would start Malik Cunningham.
They have a whole lot of shit.
Ooh.
Oh, that is. You got a sack.
Malik Cunningham was clearly the best quarterback on that in the preseason for the Patriots. Of course, Mac Jones didn't play a lot, but still.
Let me ask you a legitimate question here. Do you think that Mac Jones is the future of the New England
Patriots? I do not.
Okay. So, first of all, they don't have but one quarterback. Everybody else is on the practice squad. Also, I feel like the guy who they're starting with, they're probably going to start. This will probably be his last season starting, realistically. I think that they're going to underperform, and then they're going to
go to Arizona
right back
next.
into it. And just melt this thing down. My question is, and it's been my question for a very long time, is does Bill Belichick ever have to perform ever again?
Nope.
Well, if he doesn't have to perform, then I have no opinion on anything else going forward.
I think when you get to his Hall of Fame ceremony, I don't think you'll bring up these years. This will be just this. But this is, it is what it is. This is the Shaq, Phoenix Suns, Boston Celtics years. Like you'll never talk about these years when talking about the greatness.
But he
of
didn't
Bill
have
Belichick.
no Orlando Magic years.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was in New York. He was in New York
as the head coach. He had no
man. Okay, well he's gonna get in as a coach, like Bill Belichick.
Yeah. But you know my that for me. Jesus, that sound like Johnny Gill. But for me, he's only been good when Tom was around. Tom went to Tampa Bay and won another one.
Sure, Bill Walsh is only good with Joe Montana. Look, you have to be at the crossroads of a lot of things to be great. You got to have the right coach. You got to have the right players. You got to have the right plays. You have to be at the edge of innovation when it comes
Andy
to
Reid had Donovan
eras.
McNabb, and then he
Had Patrick Mahomes. And he threw in a little Terrell Owens in there. You know what I mean? Like, Bill Walsh had Joe Montana and Jerry Rice and John Taylor. Like, you got to have all of that married together to be great. Bill Belichick happened to be, out of the 3 links that you need, he was just the weakest one. But it was a weak link, and Duke is about to win this game.
This Duke quarterback ain't no slouch.
Kicking that ass.
He gonna trick y'all. He gonna trick y'all for sure. He gonna trick somebody into buying that. But yeah, that's my thing. That's my only thing with them is Belichick. But yeah, fire Mac Jones. Y'all still don't really have an offense that's impressive. Your wide receiver one, I guess, is Juju, who has historically been who's been a 2, and I think at this age is probably a 3. Yeah, set all this on fire.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the football segment. Through hook or crook, we got here. We got a couple things to talk about in basketball, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. Nora, would you got anything?
Drink responsibility. College football is back. Dabo gonna be looking for a new job.
Y'all be safe. We'll be right back.
Closing time.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our final segment of episode 118 of the Splashcast, our basketball segment, where we're really just here to laugh. Where you want to start, Norwood? So, America lost to Lithuania in FIBA after we just had that whole Noah Lyles incident. Oh, we weren't here for that. So, Noah Lyles said the NBA champion is not the NBA champion of the world. They're NBA champions of the National Basketball Association. A lot of people clacked back at that. How you feel about that?
That's stupid.
Why?
Stupid thing. I don't. Because we all know that the NBA championship is the most important trophy that you can win in basketball. Until proven otherwise, I need you to do what they call shut the hell up, my friend. I'm not going to go into debate about that because of logic, reasoning, and common sense. Call it what you will. Call it what you want. I don't care.
Duke just upset Clemson.
Hold on, wait. Welcome to Splashcast. Like, follow, subscribe. We are the realest podcast in the world. And Duke has gone from beating Clemson
to beating the shit out. Yeah, they try to embarrass them.
If you go back and you listen to the conference preview that we did, I specifically said, is Dabo's time up?
They doing the white people doing the Bull City. That is funny for all the people from Durham. All the black people from Durham.
He is, yeah. This is embarrassing. You might get fired. Hey, you might get the old fired on the tarmac. Don't come back, bro. It is Duke. Let's be real. Okay. Duke sucks at football. Nobody's ever respected a Duke football team ever, and Clemson, they are running up the score on you. And it's not that they're just running up the score. They're doing this surgically. This quarterback looks like a world beater. This offensive line is getting out in front of your defensive line, which has notoriously been very, very good and manhandling them. Y'all look number 6 looks defeated.
You running like this.
This is
Lord.
Rave,
The
rave,
basketball.
right? I typically save the rave light for the Braves. They raving on you.
So the United States.
Hey, let me tell you, they had Monday off, Tuesday is off too. Tomorrow is going to be lit on campus.
United States lost to Lithuania in FIBA, so they only can lose. They can't lose anymore in order to win a medal. Anthony Edwards led the team with 25 points on 25 shots. 35 points on 25 shots. But Steve Kerr built that team on European style. And then you ran into a team that in Lithuania that's not European style. You have no rebounding. And they just out-rebounded you to death and beat FIBA and beat the United States.
I told y'all that I'm a firm believer. I think John Collins should have been on this team. I think he would have been a perfect guy for this team. You get washed on the boards. I think your leading rebounder have 4 rebounds.
4.
Figure it out. Now, Walker Kessler, you got to man up, bro. You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out fast. Jaren Jackson Jr., you got to figure it out and figure it out fast. Now, I also think Evan Mobley should have been on this team for this very reason. But, yeah, the guys who are there, y'all got it. Now, and it's tough because the Lithuanians are adults. That is the one really
33-year-old. It's funny that one of them, the dude that was like the MVP, played on LaMelo's Lithuania team in high school when he was in, I don't know what, high school age, I guess.
Yes. Definitely high school age because he was not in anybody's Lithuanian high school. But that's the thing about playing adults. And this is the reason I think that Luka Doncic is a really good basketball player. Is you play against adults long enough, you have to figure out how to play adult basketball. That shooting and running back is all well and good until you have to like stop somebody and box out. And all of them dudes are, like you said, early to mid 30s. They play with elbows and they play aggressively. All of that. All the rest of that ain't gonna cut it. But yeah, I think that they should be able to still get it done. They probably needed this reality check anyway. Cut the shit and win the game. Can we get to Kevin Durant?
Nope, we're gonna get to Ben Simmons saying the version that he is now is playing against myself from last season. I would kill him. So Ben Simmons says that he's been in the gym. And he also said, I'm gonna add to this, he said if he were to get traded or cut from the Nets, the only place he would go would be back to Philly. Ben.
They will not have you in Philly, Benjamin. They won't. No, you cannot shoot. And Ben is like now getting into the Ja Morant category for me.
Annoying?
Just shut up and play basketball. Yes.
Ja Morant that's a tough phrase to use. Oh, that's a fumble.
Is it a fumble?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Duke is embarrassing Clemson right now.
Yeah. But Ben, stop talking. Stop giving people sound bites because you think I assume that you think that you're giving people like legitimate sound bites. You're giving people jokes.
Yeah, Ben, you're in the slab, man. You're in the slab, bro. You got to stay low and build. You can't really come out here and say what you're going to do because for 2 years you said what you were going to do. And you had an imaginary back impingement, and then you had that you didn't want to play in Philly because Trae Young almost dunked on you and all of this other stuff. And now you tell them what you're going to be. A woulda, coulda, shoulda person is nothing but annoying. Don't be that guy.
The version I am now, if I was playing against myself from last season, I would kill him. We will all kill him because he never got on the floor.
He never played. Hey, so
let
you
me
said
tell
he's
you how easy it is to get buckets against a guy who doesn't play basketball.
I can shadow box all day. I can beat the shit out of my shadow all day long. Ain't nobody
you
there.
Tell us nothing,
I'm Muhammad
bro.
Ali. But you said he's an embarrassment. Speaking of embarrassment, or is this an embarrassment? I don't know. This may be. I think this is the new generation. We sound like some old uncles, but it is what it is. DeAndre Ayton has been spending time with Kat Leah. She's a porn star. Kat Leah. He was seen braiding her hair.
And Mario.
I didn't know that graphic was there. They said Zion and DeAndre Ayton are bagging porn stars together like Shaq and Kobe. Hey man, hey, you're young, you got money, do what you do, bro. It is what it is.
Turnover on downs.
Yeah.
Situational awareness, bro. There's no need. There's no need for you to say it. That's my thing. I don't care too much what you really do or don't do. You have to be to a certain degree understanding of the other situations that have gone around. They already said that you're a quitter, you know, Monty Williams situation, and now you're doing this. Like sometimes you just don't need to bring everything to your front door. This is something at your front door that's unneeded. You know that you're kind of on a shaky situation with the team. They're keeping you around because of your ability, but at the same time, you could be moved.
Nah, he's not gonna be moved. They moved the coach. They're not gonna move him.
I don't think that those two things are synonymous. And Duke is bullying these guys. Jesus. Yeah, I think that they could still move him. I think that they would probably like to clear the books of his contract, which they probably think that they're overpaying. If they could get two guys, I would take Clint and Hunter for him in a heartbeat. Give me two guys for what he costs. Yeah. So yeah, he's still movable. Yeah, this is poor timing. You should learn from Zion and shut up. But don't. I don't care what you do. I'll laugh. We'll look at the wreckage.
Yeah, so it came out that Jaylen Brown is playing in the Big 3 All-Star game. Jaylen Brown has signed the richest contract in NBA history. He also said he's trying to build Black Wall Street in Boston. He has now went and played in the Big 3 All-Star game, which is a big deal because if you remember, we talked about Ice Cube saying that the NBA is trying to freeze him out. Yeah, so for him to get a legitimate player is a big deal. And Ice Cube comes out and says Jaylen Brown is his hero. He's making a humongous statement by being the first current NBA player to play in a Big 3 game. Salute, forever grateful. Shout out to Jaylen, man. He's backing it up.
This is a fantastic move for Ice Cube. This is a big move for Jaylen Brown. I think that due to the fact that Jaylen Brown is going to still like an NBA wild card, it's not going to get the same amount of love and appreciation as it probably should. But I'm happy for it. I hope it influences other NBA players to support the Big 3, and hopefully the NBA will stop whatever situation they got and let the Big 3 flourish. They're not trying to take any of your views, any of your players, any of that. They are two different leagues. I think that they should be able to flourish in unison. And congratulations. I know that's a big move for Cube. He works hard on trying to grow the league.
Yeah, man. You saw, we were talking about FIBA earlier. You saw Dennis Schroeder get into it with his coach, told him, don't touch me. After his coach told him to sit down.
No, he said, touch me again, it's going to be a problem. And I'm not totally against that. You can't be like that guy he's an NBA veteran. Let's be very clear about this. He's had a long, successful NBA career. You can't just walk up to him and put your hands on my sit down, bro. Nah, don't touch me. Yeah, you can ask me to sit down, but you manhandling me. And then once again, you know it's optics and stuff like that. You grab the black player, not the white player. It's gonna look away.
It is. Well,
you just can't do that. If you're gonna do that, then you need to grab both players and say, "Hey, y'all sit down." They're gonna storm this field at Duke, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
ain't nobody going to class tomorrow.
We have come to the end of episode 118 of the Splash Cast, where Duke has upset Clemson 28-7, and we covered HBCU news around the culture, NCAA football, where Utah beat Florida, Colorado and Prime get their signature win, as well as Florida State is back. Norwood, if you didn't miss anything, take us out. They are storming this field.
I'm talking about they finna take. Oh no! The security around them goalposts. They're not letting them go down. Hey, y'all got a minute? Do a couple things for me. Like, follow, subscribe to the podcast. Tell somebody else about the podcast. We are super excited to be back. We had to take a little bit of break for work. We had to take a little bit of break for a little vacation, but we're back. We're revitalized. Also, if you know anything about Florida, fire my coach. Fire Billy Napier. I'm ready for him to go home. I'm ready to start looking for a new coach. Hopefully that'll be Cliff Kingsbury. We can get to at least finding us a new top tier quarterback and building the program of Florida that we need. Outside of that, more black baseball. Shout out to Vines, his first win as the Atlanta Brave. Uh,
You know I'm petty, Nessa.
Number one, number one, number one, more black baseball, more black beaches. Number two, more black cowboys, more black cowgirls. And then number three, it is almost that time. We're getting closer and closer to homecoming season. So, of course, it's the person if you went to a HBCU, uh, please send money over there. Historically Black College and University that you attended, your cousin attended, your auntie attended, your uncle attended. Send some money over there. The Historically Black College and University in your neighborhood, the ones you go to for homecoming, step shows, or just to be around your people, send some money over there. And they're also the greatest learning institution in all of the world. The Hampton University, send some money there. We only ask for $18.68 on behalf of the year that Hampton was founded. Yeah, you're right, Nessa. Reggie is petty and he's an awful human. Outside of that, thank you guys for rocking with us. It felt great to be back in the seat today. We look forward to talking to y'all next Monday, doing it raw once again. We will see y'all on Saturday as we begin to pick games. Outside of that, adios, mi amigos. Always remember to keep it P. And until next time, arrivederci and adios.